Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome viewer to my YouTube channel, Learn Psychology with Sajad Ahmad. Uh, how are you guys? I hope you will be fine. Okay, today I'm going to start a new chapter, and that is the biological basis of behavior. And in this chapter, we will study about the nervous system, about about the neural coordination, about the chemical coordination, about the coordination, about the types of neuron, about the brain, and about the peripheral nervous system, the central nervous system, and many things, and how these things are applied in the psychology and the field of psychology. Okay, and today's the part one, the lecture number one, we are going to study about the biological basis of behavior and the type of coordination and the type of coordination. So let's start. Nervous system, biological basis of behavior. Okay, biological basis of behavior. From biological basis of behavior, we mean the perspective of looking the psychological issues by the psychology, by studying the physical basis of animal and human behavior from the point of view of the that of biological basis. Okay, it is one of the major perspective in psychology, and it involves such a thing that's studying brains, immune system, genetics, the nervous system, and its implication in the formation of the various behavior. The biological psychology tell us about the psychological specialty focused on the physical and chemical changes that cause and occur and respond to the behavior and mental processes. So later on, in detail, I will teach you about the nervous system, about the neuron, about the parts of the brain, about the localization of the function of the brain. But let's start from the coordination. First of all, what is coordination? Coordination mean coordination mean they to integrate among the different part of the body and to respond to the stimuli in order to keep the harmony with the environment. It is the basic property of all living organisms. There are two types of coordination: nervous coordination and chemical coordination. But before we proceed further, let me tell you uh, let me tell you about an experiment that you people should have to do in order to understand the coordination. So, are you ready for an experiment? Okay, stop the video here. Okay, and listen to me. That first close your eyes. Now touch your nose. Now touch your nose. Okay. Okay. So this task is easy, but it's not simple. To get the job done, your brain uses specific nerves to tell your eyelid to close. It uses other nerves to tell your hand to extend a finger and then send a series of messages that move your arm in just right direction until it receives a message that your finger and your nose were in contact in your contact. So this is coordination. This is coordination, and it is the example of how our body are integrated, how the different parts are in connection, in connection and coordination, and work coordinatingly accordingly the messages according the message they receive on the command they receive from the brain, the coordination are of two types. I hope you must have read about this. that there are two types of coordination. One is the nervous coordination and the other is the chemical coordination. So what is the mechanism of coordination? So before going to study the mechanism of coordination, I would like to tell you a little bit about the nervous coordination and the chemical coordination so that uh, it make a basis for the upcoming class, upcoming learning. So nervous coordination means the coordination which involve the nervous system, which is done with the help of the nervous system, with the help of neurons. And it's a form of electrical coordination. It's very fast coordination. While the chemical coordination is a coordination, is the name suggests, which involve a special chemicals known as hormones. And hormones are the chemicals secreted by the ductless gland, glands uh, called also called endocrine glands. And our body is not only coordinating position due to the nervous system, but also due to the chemicals like dopamine hormone. For example, we can say that our sugar is controlled due to the two hormone. One is the insulin and the other is glucagon, which are produced by the special gland, i.e., the uh, i.e. the pancreas, and the many other glands. There are 20 glands which are mainly controlled by the pituitary gland, which is also known as master gland. So about these things I will teach you in detail. So let's start. Number first, the mechanism of coordination. How does the mechanism of coordination work? So the first phase is receiving stimulus. But what is stimulus? Let's Okay, stimulus is any change in the environment, and any change in the environment. As I told you about a nervous system is a complex coordination of the cells whose primary function is to allow an organism to gain information what is going on inside the body and outside of the body, and to make responses appropriately. So it's the type the type of coordination in which type coordination is a type of mechanism which with the help of which a living thing can detect the stimulus in the environment and can produce a proper response. So the first step which is involved in the coordination is receiving stimulus. Receiving stimulus. The first step involved is the receiving stimulus. Receiving stimulus. The plural of stimulus is stimuli. Is a stimuli plural, while stimulus is the singular. For example, touch, light, and sound are the stimuli. The part of the body which receive the stimulus are known as stimulus. So this is the first step. Let's go today. First step, and okay, let me close this one. So okay, go back. Today presentation. The first step is that of receiving stimulus. So the stimulus is received by the receptor or the special organ or tissue or even the cell of the body which act as a receptor. For example, our sense organ, eye, ear, skin, tongue, and nose are the main receptor of the body. When the stimulus is received by the receptor, then it send a stimulus. It send this a stimulus in the form of message to the coordinator. And coordinator are the brain or the gland or that spinal cords. So the receptor, when receive the stimulus, they send a message to the coordinator for analysis and to make a proper decision. A proper decision, the coordinator of the brain and spinal cord in the nervous system and endocrine glands and that of the chemical coordination. Okay, and the message sent and the message sent in the nervous coordination in the form of nervous coordination, uh, the coordination in the form of nervous coordination in the form of electrical signals or neural impulse, while they miss it sent to the coordinator and the sense of chemical coordination or the secretion of hormone in the blood. So then come the phase number 3, which is producing response, response. Producing response mean showing an action, creating an action in response to the message received and analyzed by the coordinator, i.e., by the brain, spinal cord, or that of the endocrine gland, to the effectors, which are either muscles or glands. On receiving the coordinator message, the effector carry out the action, and the action carried out is known as response. Okay, to understand this, let me the whole process. Let me tell you a short experiment to illustrate this. When the door of your house is knocked, the sound produced by knocking is a stimulus. Your ear receives the stimulus and sends a message to your brain, and that brain is the coordinators. And the brain analyzes the information and sends a message to the muscle effector of your legs to move and take you to the door. Then signals are communicated to the hand to move and open the door. So this is the example of the coordination. In the next class, we will study the human nervous system. Up till that time, take care. Allah Hafiz.